Hey there, dear YouTube audience, and welcome back to another episode of Legends of Runeterra Ranked. I'm, of course, the one that loves you out there the most. It's the Love Giant. Today, we are playing Mono Shurima. It is a turbulent meta. Lots of stuff has happened, lots of nerfs, lots of buffs, and we are closing in on the last couple of days of the expansion before we get another expansion. It was a really quick season, actually. And yeah, we're gonna play some good old Shurima with a little bit of a slight addition from yours truly. It's a deck list that I got a couple of while ago from Mastering Runeterra, but I tweaked it a little bit to my liking. So, we have the 2-off of Rite of Calling. Actually, let's start off with the main star of the show. We have 1-off of the Buried Sundisc. This thing comes, so you summon it automatically at the start of your turn if our entire deck consists of Shurima cards. That's why it's Mono Shurima Sundisc. It has a countdown of 25, and upon you reaching that, you restore the Sundisc. When an Ascendant ally, which is Xerath and Azir, both of which we have in the deck, levels up, you advance it 9 rounds. If this thing is restored, immediately draw one of each of your Ascendant allies. For the rest of the game, your level 2 Ascendant allies are level 3. So, we have a 1-off of Zilean in this deck, which is something that helps us sustain over the early game. He's just there basically to, you know, get us through the troubled early game stages of the game. He comes in as a 1/4, create 4 time bombs in your deck, and then predict, which also, you know, predict is always good, helps us out. A time bomb deals 1 damage upon summoning. You also draw 1, and when you play another time bomb, you advance other time bombs for 1 round because they have a countdown of 2. And upon countdown, it deals 1 to the enemy nexus. If Zilean is leveled at round start, you create a fleeting copy of each non-fleeting card I saw you play last round. Which basically means if you play a, let's say, Soothsayer, you get another Soothsayer next turn. If you play the Rockhopper, you get another Rockhopper next turn. If you play a Clockwork Curator, you get you get the idea. Definitely helps out. Doesn't happen too often because, as I said, he's just there to chump block and to make us survive the early stages of the game against aggro and stuff like that. And obviously dealing 1 to the entire enemy board is pretty helpful. And Xerath Zilean is also with deck, and obviously the whole time bomb thing helps Azir level up and also helps Xerath level up. Speaking of the 2 Ascendants, we have a 2-off of Azir. Comes in as a 1/5, 3 mana. When allies attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier, and he levels up when you have summoned 13 plus allies or landmarks, which has been changed for a while now, but definitely helps up reaching his level up requirement a little bit faster because the Sundisc also counts as 1 tick right away. When he's leveled, he's a 2/6. When allies attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier. When you summon an ally, give us both +1/+0 this round, and when he's Ascendant, means if you reach level 2, basically, and you have restored the Sundisc, he becomes a 6/6. When I level up, replace your deck with the Emperor's deck. Then draw 1. The Emperor's deck basically obliterates everything that you have still in your deck and then replaces it, with the Emperor's deck. And what is in that deck? Just watch out. We have like a 6 mana, 9 mana. The Root Sandstorm, which obliterates 3 units. Also heroes. You can also, you know, target them. A lot of stuff. But that's one of the main cards. Emperor's I fucking hate that word, but you know that one. 2 mana, I think. Burst speed, draw 2. It's a really good one. But obviously you have to reach level 3 for that. And yeah, it's a long way there. And, you know, when you reach that, it better be worth it. We have Xerath. When an allied landmark is destroyed, deal 1 to the weakest enemy. He levels up when you have destroyed 4 or more landmarks at this game. When he's leveled, he becomes a... He stats up from a 3/4 to a 4/5. When an allied landmark is destroyed, you deal 3 to the weakest enemy. And when you have him Ascendant, aka when you have leveled the Sundisc, he becomes a 5/9, which is insane. And when an allied landmark is destroyed or at round start, deal 5 to the weakest enemy or the enemy nexus, if there are none. If there are no creatures, 5 to the nexus. If an enemy unit would die, obliterate it instead, which is fucking amazing and comes in handy so often. this is for Xerath level 3 is insane. Now, countdown 25. You know, countdown works when you complete a round, basically, and also you advance it 9 rounds when you have leveled either Azir or Xerath. So 18 in as a whole. We have something, or at the last, the Sundisc was, I think, before it was like countdown 20 or something like that. Or actually it was, I think it was 25, but when you leveled Azir, Xerath, Reggaeton, Nasus, some of them, I think you actually advanced it 10 rounds. So it got tuned down a little bit, so what people did was they played stuff that could advance it, like Clockwork Curator. Now, this deck from Mastering Runeterra didn't have Clockwork Curator. I think it had, let me check. Yeah, now they have like Bomber Twins and stuff like that in there, like a 2-off of that. I also see Esteemed Hierophant, which is fucking, well, I mean, good work, but still. Not the main point of the deck. So I think it was like Bomber Twins or something. I took these out and then put like the Clockwork Curator in there. When you play him, advance an allied landmark 2 rounds. That was in the deck before right after the patch, and I think I played with that too, and it went really well. So I put the Clockwork Curator back in there, but still have like an advanced list, however. For the cards that we still have, 0 mana, Red of Calling, kill an ally or destroy one of your mana gems to draw a champion. Obviously, we need to draw our champion in order to, you know, level up the Sundisc and win. Ancient Prep, best card for Azir. Because now that he levels with landmarks, Ancient Prep is gonna give him 1 tick for his level up requirement, and then the stuff that it draws, a 2/2 Clockling, also gives him a tick, and also a 2/2 is a pretty good jump blocker, and the Ancient Prep lets you predict, which is pretty good. We want to have it in our opening hand every single time. We have a 2-off of Dunekeeper. When you summon him, so you summon a Sand Soldier, which is a 1/1 Nexus Strike, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus, which is also, you know, summoned upon Azir hitting the board. Clockwork Curator just went through this guy. Preservarium, 2 mana. When I'm summoned, draw 1. And when you count as a countdown of 2, and if that is reached, you draw another 1. So basically, you draw 2 for 2 rounds, which is pretty goddamn good for 2 mana. We have Rite of Passage, which has been added to the game. Immediately foiled it. Fucking love this card. Manifest an allied landmark that has been destroyed this game and summon it. You're gonna see me mostly using this. Well, we want to use this on Ancient Prep, obviously, because, you know, free predict, and then we also get a free body for it. But we can also use it on the good old Roiling Sands that we summoned with Rockhopper, who is a 2/1, 3/1, 2 mana, 3/1. That makes more sense. 1/3 actually. When I'm summoned, summon a Roiling Sands, which is this beautiful thing. When an enemy is summoned, destroy me to grant it vulnerable. Which is pretty good. Makes the curve awkward if they are at 4 mana and they were, or 5 mana and they were about to play a Gangplank or a Kai'Sa. We can just plop down Roiling Sands and then deal with it that way. Because it grants vulnerable, which is pretty damn good. We have the Soothsayer, 2-off of this. 2 mana, 1/4. When I'm summoned, grant all allied champions and landmarks Spell Shield. Self-explanatory if the enemy has a deck that has landmark removal, which is in Shadow Tech, Heimerdinger Jace, for instance, which is pretty likely that people have it. We definitely want to be running this. Obviously, also it helps out. If they don't, it's still good, because if we have like an Azir, a Xerath, or a Zilean out, and we want to give him Spell Shield, we have it with Soothsayer. And also a 1/4 is a pretty good body. Doesn't kill anything, really, but prevents a lot of damage from coming through. Zilean, we went through him. We have a 2-off of Ancient Hourglass, which has been nerfed from 2 mana to 3. Obliterate an an ally to summon a stasis statue in place with the ally stored inside. Has a countdown of 1. And then, yeah, when the countdown is reached, then the stored unit comes back. The cool thing about this, when she's summoned, she triggers upon summoning, which means you can basically play Hourglass on her, and then, you know, once she comes back, she grants everything Spell Shield again, which is pretty damn good. But obviously we use this in order when they have like a Vengeance or they're about to remove any kind of our heroes, then we have Ancient Hourglass to just nip it in the butt and save our unit. 2-off of Endless Devout, 3 mana, 3/3, Last Breath, summon a Sarcophagus. Obviously that also is a pretty good blocker at a 3/3 stat line. Sarcophagus, countdown 3, or when I'm destroyed, you summon a Restored Devout, which is a 5/3. Helps Xerath, helps Azir, And yeah, just a good blocker, you know. Quicksand, we have a 3 off of that. Give an enemy -4, -0, or 2 enemies -1, -0 this round, and you disable their positive keywords this round. This is the counter for Kai'Sa and pretty much everything that has Overwhelm. Right off the Arcane, 2 off of that, because we also have 3 Xeraths in there. Destroy an allied landmark or one of your mana gems to deal 4 to a unit. We can use this obviously on the Sarcophagus. We can use it on Time Bombs. Because it's either if they are destroyed, I think. Is it? No, actually you have to count it down, never mind. So you can also basically only use it on the Sarcophagus, but if you need a little bit more damage coming in, you can also use it like on an Ancient Prep. You won't get the Clockling because it has to count down specifically. You can also use it on the Perseverarium, however. Just, you know, good removal, 4 damage, also gets rid of a Kai'Sa. Don't forget that. We have Unravel the Earth, a 2 off, 3 mana, summon 2 Roiling Sands, redraws itself. You can play it with spell mana, basically banked up. Roiling Sands obviously grants vulnerable to an enemy, and it summons 2 of them. We have a 2 of Rite of Negation. Kill an ally or destroy one of your mana gems to stop all enemy fast spells, slow spells, and skills. This one we can basically use on Endless Devout. If they try to kill it, we just, you know, kill it ourselves basically with Rite of Negation, and it summons the Sarcophagus. So, you know, that's pretty good. And yeah, we went through Xerath already. So yeah, that is the deck list. A little bit refined. There are new iterations at this point over at Mastering Runeterra, not sponsored, but that's where I get my deck lists nowadays. The list that they have like Bomber Twins in there. They have there's a natural list, which we also don't have in the deck. We have the Soothsayer for that. And also Golden Ambassador. There are different ways to actually build this. Esteemed Hierophant for 3 mana. If you don't want the Clockwork Curator for 2 mana, for instance, you can go with that as well. But yeah, a lot of different iterations that you can actually play. Chamber of Renewal, which also got introduced into the game, is also a pretty good thing that you can play with this deck, you know? As it also helps out, again, Xerath, helps out Azir. Gives Spell Shield, but I mean, that's the thing. Chamber of Renewal gives you a +2/+1 for the hero that you play, and Spell Shield, but again, Soothsayer is a 1/4 blocker, prevents Overwhelm units to a good amount, and grants also all landmarks Spell Shield, you know? So, yeah, we have really close games. At the first 2 games, I actually forgot to enable my microphone, so I recorded over it. And then I realized it, and then we're just back into the games. But yeah, we face Kai'Sa, we face actually a lot of different decks. Really, also 2 games where we basically end up at 1 HP. I think those are the first 2 games, so they're definitely exciting. And you also get to see why Clockwork Curator is in the game, because we also face a Mono Borima Mirror. So yeah. With that being said, hope you enjoy the games. Definitely make sure to check out twitch.tv/TheLoveGiant, where I'm streaming. I'm gonna start to stream a little bit more often, which is not gonna happen because I know I mentioned it. It's not gonna happen, but I'm trying at the very least. So yeah, hope you enjoy the games, and see you then. Alright, here we go for the first game. We're playing a little bit weird, but we're playing against Gwen, Leona, Aphelios, so like a Daybreak, Nightfall, Hollow. Well, it's a lot, but nothing in particular. We have not the best kind of starting hands. Double Right, Endless, Quicksand. Endless we can keep, but I think I just replace pretty much everything. Maybe I keep 1 Rite of Passage. Or just mulligan everything, yeah. Keeping 1 Rite of Passage, as I like to call it. There's a hello. And we are on our way. Obviously, I have the Sundisc out at first. And then we have the perfect startup, actually. We have 2 Ancient Preps, which obviously gives each of them give us 2 procs for Azir. So that's pretty good, because not only does the landmark give him a proc, but also the Clockling that it spawns. Then we also have good old Too Slow Stupid, the Rockhopper for 2 mana. Gwen is coming down at 4 mana, so we can take our time. We also drew into a Zilean, which is pretty damn good, because Zilean gives us a proc, the Time Bombs give us a proc, and they also clear house really consistently. And also we get to predict, so yeah. Helps out the early game, as I mentioned also in the overview, probably, because I assume. We get the Time Bomb right away. Obviously, we predict into that, and then we can also Ancient Prep into Time Bomb next turn. Gonna go Mountain Goat out there. The Hollowed guy is not a problem, because as long as they don't die, they obviously don't proc Hollow. Or Hollowed. Something like that. So yeah, obviously that could be another Ancient Prep, because I think, yeah, I just checked. Gwen should be coming down at 4 mana. He didn't pop down an Aphelios, nor a Leona. Whoever is going to be the biggest issue we're going to see. At this point, since he has 2 Hollowed out, it's probably going to be a Gwen. That could be a potential issue. We're going to take out, yep, the 4-2. We want to prevent as much damage as possible. The only problem, obviously, with that is that he has now 1 Hollow proc coming down. Also could have like blocked the 2-1, but I want to prevent a little bit more damage. We predict right into the next Time Bomb, so that's gonna be a Zilean level up, which is pretty good. And Zilean level up with a Clockling or Clockwork Curator, pretty good, because it's -4 ticks for the Sundisc. Very good. Get the Time Bomb down. We have the Perseverium. I think we should be at 4 out of 4 for Xerath. Nah, not quite. But we're gonna be at 4 out of 4 for Xerath, so he is gonna be leveled. Azir also shouldn't be too far off of his level up. And then Sundisc, obviously, is also gonna be popping down early on with the Clockwork Curator. Not gonna play him now. We're gonna draw a little bit more. Also make sure that we get the Xerath out. Maybe we're gonna get him next turn, Rite of Calling or something like that. That's the only thing we need. We're gonna hold back. We're not gonna attack. Boom! Time Bomb. And here we have the Zilean level up. Love this artwork. Absolutely beautiful, especially upon level up. We got the Rite of Negation, which could help us out. He doesn't have 6 mana. No, he doesn't, so he can't pop down Vengeance or anything. There's the Gwen. Coming in, maybe? Yeah, okay, obviously I played the Restored Devout because he propped down the Gwen. We can just easily sack it. We prevent 5 damage coming in. We get 2 thanks to her ability, but also we get another landmark with that. And also another level up requirement, obviously, or help out the level up requirement for Azir. That's why, actually, maybe I should have played Rockhopper before. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have the space though. That's the problem. So yeah. Time Bomb going down. The 2 goats shouldn't be too far off, but that's also why I played Endless Devout, because we get another one with Zilean. Also, we can play Roiling Sands. That would be would only be one not Shapestone. You know, the vulnerable one, but we also get another draw next turn. We go for Rite of Calling. Sadly, played Blinded Mystic, so the Restored Devout isn't gonna come back as a Sarcophagus because you just silenced it with Blinded Mystic. Wild Feast going down to 4 mana. He doesn't have Flock, so we don't have to be wary of that. We drew into a Xerath, which is pretty good because he can get he can shoot down for some really good damage. Next turn, or actually in 2 turns, when the Sarcophagus pops. Not gonna play him because we don't want to play him into like Vengeance or anything else. So we're just, yeah, should we? Yeah, we should hold back because we need more blockers potentially. If he plays anything here, probably the Ephemeral, then it's gonna be a ton of fun. There is the Vengeance that I was talking about. So we're just gonna Rite of Negate. Destroy a mana gem. We're down to 5 mana, which is still enough for the Xerath. Sadly not enough for another Time Bomb, but we can deal with that. And I think, yeah, I think he's already leveled, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Riding over one of the Roiling Sands to control. Alright. This world in my image. True that. So Sundisc is at 10 which means if we draw into an Azir with the other Rite of Calling that we have, then Sundisc is going to be at 1 next turn. Right? Is it? I think it's 8. Then it's 1 with the tick. So yeah, it should be at 1. And then we can just play the Clockling. Level it. Level it. The good old Sundisc. Attacking, obviously, we're going to jump block with the Clockling here. Damage coming in pretty severely at this point. We're going to take 5. Also thanks to the goat. But here we have the Roiling Sands popping off our good old Xerath. Who in turn also pops off another creature. And now we shoot down another Spoder thanks to the Sarcophagus popping now. Obviously we don't need Zilean anymore, he's just there for early game pressure. If we level him, it's a good bonus, but we don't necessarily need to. And now the time bomb is coming down. Actually, yeah, first Ancient Prep, so we predict, so we know what we're gonna draw. Which... could skip that, but yeah, I think I'm gonna take Quicksand just to make sure that we don't die to anything, because he's also gonna pump up Gwen here with the double gem. Maybe he puts too much gems in one basket, basically. Blinded Mystic on the Vowed, sure. Time Bomb into Quicksand, and then possibly... yeah, he doesn't have anything to remove landmarks, I think, but Soothsayer would be a pretty good option here. We don't get the Roiling Sands if we play Rockhopper, so that's out of the equation. So yeah, just protect our landmarks a little bit. We're gonna shoot down the goat is gonna die thanks to Time Bomb, and then I think we're also gonna either shoot the Mystic or another goat with Xerath. So yeah, the 5/3 is not gonna do much, but I might still leave it in the back. Okay, I still have Quicksand. But the problem is, do I want to use it, or do I actually want to use it on the Gwen? And I think, yeah, the latter. And that also gives us more options with the Time Bomb, proc, and we shoot on the goat. So that's 2 creatures that we got with this. It was kind of unnecessary, though, now that I think about it. Yeah. Should have kept that in the back, because they would have died anyways. So that was a little bit of a bad play there. I should rewatch my matches more often, actually. Now I see a lot of mistakes that I shouldn't be making. We got the Rockhopper. And we can jump block with Soothsayer. Kill off the Blinded Mystic, and we leave it at 1 HP. Now I'm thinking if I use Quicksand, if I can use it on Gwen to prevent her ability, but obviously nah, because it only reduces -4 or -1, but it doesn't silence, so that doesn't work. So I can't prevent anything here. I'm going down to 1 no matter what. Not entirely sure if they have like if they have anything to go face. Well, maybe, given that he has Aphelios, given that he has Gwen, maybe they play what's his face? Doom Beast. That could be a problem. But yeah, we are at the mercy of the draw here. We can go right off a passage for another Time Bomb. So we get that sorted out. That means we shoot her basically for 4. We advance the Sun. Not yet. Yeah, because I don't have an Azir. If Azir comes down, this is almost over, basically. Okay, shooting down the Sketcher. It's kind of sketchy. Not playing anything here. Could have played the Restorative out. Boom! And the triple. There we go. Gwen is dead. Thanks to the Time Bomb and the Ancient Prep proccing, we draw into the Azir, and now we get the level up. Didn't even need the Clockling, but here we fucking go. Beautiful. True Ascended. Yes. Well, now we actually have 2. We have both of them on the board. And Ascended. We are at 1 HP, however. So if he has anything to go face, then obviously he's a Sith. We know that. 5 damage to the face right there. And we can just go wide with the 3 mana burst speed one right there. Which I think I'm also actually going to be playing here. But yeah, it all depends on what he actually drew here. It seems to be like a spell or something. Because he's kinda... doesn't want to play it. Okay, Boisterous Host, not an issue. We should have lethal here. Yeah. And the Root Sandstorm, nice. Okay. So if he plays anything, we can just obliterate it. And he's at 0 cards. There's nothing, no interaction. We can just go a little bit wider, but I mean, Azir is gonna spawn like 5/2 chargers anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But still gonna be playing an Endless Devout. And then we just swing for massive value. Obviously gonna go back with that, and then we got it in the fucking bag. Azir arriving at the exact moment we needed him at 1 HP, and thus Shurima prevails. Ain't that beautiful? Perfect. Absolutely lovely. His entire empire beneath his heels. Let's go into the next one. I could get used to this. Commentating, you know, making a watch party for next Masters or something like that. Masters? Finals? Nationals? Something like that. We have pirates! And not just any pirates. Old school pirates. Mono Bilgewater pirates. So yeah, usually we have to be wary about Noxian for War, Decimate, Legion Grenadier, anything that goes face, basically. We don't have to worry about any of that. But we have Misfortune coming in at turn 3. We have the Rockhopper right away, which is pretty good. We don't have the Ancient Prep, which is a little bit meh. But, therefore, still, we got our good old friend Sand Soldier and Sand and Blood. It doesn't block anything, obviously. But yeah, turn 3 we have to be wary about Misfortune. Turn 5 is when Gangplank is gonna hit. We have something to deal with him there. The Rite of the Arcane, we just need a landmark in order to deal with him accordingly. This attack is gonna be really fucking disgusting. Yep. Because he will still be keeping his 2-3, sadly. Oh yeah, not the best one thus far, but we got the Rockhopper down, we got the Roiling Sands, so now he's less likely to put down a Misfortune, because he's gonna put it in harm's way. We can also be a little bit more lenient with taking damage on Azir, because he doesn't have Flock, because he doesn't have Nexus. He doesn't have Noxus. Still has a Nexus, but we're working on that. Needless to say. And we could just swing, because whatever he plays now, we can just drag it with Azir. If it's like less of a problem than the 2-2. Right there, the hired gun. But he be thinking. We also have a Clockling. Again. Now we keep him time, he doesn't play anything, which is the smart way. Because now he can actually deal some damage. Or get some damage on the Azir. And obviously, you know, I want to attack, want to get a little bit of damage in, give Azir a little bit of a hand in leveling him up as well. Thing is, I don't think Bilgewater has any kind of landmark removal, so we are good on that. Soothsayer is going to come in handy, definitely. And there we go, we have the first keg. Thankfully, we didn't get double vulnerable on the on the keg, but actually on the keg W. On the petty officer. If he just open swings, I wouldn't block anything, obviously, because Make It Rain is a thing. And he probably has it. Well, that's the thing, it seems to be like pirates with kegs. Or with a keg synergy, I guess. But we don't draw into the best kind of things. We have another Rite of Passage. I was always going to say Passage for some reason. Rite of Passage. Which can give us a Roiling Sands. So, not the best thing. Not the best value we get out of that. But obviously, awesome spell, nonetheless. That's why I foiled it right away. So he's open swinging. Obviously he has a keg out. If he wouldn't, I still probably wouldn't have blocked. We get the Soothsayer, so we're not in any harm in terms of him playing Make It Rain. I could have blocked, but given that Make It Rain is only 2 mana, maybe he would like double tap just, and then, you know, kill my Azir anyways. So yeah, not taking any unnecessary risks. Actually, I wouldn't even have killed him. Or would it? No, it wouldn't have, because... No, it would have, yeah, because he's down to 1, yeah. But now I can also just pull the Petty Officer with the Soothsayer and still have Soothsayer surviving. We have the Boom Ship. Obviously that doesn't work. He doesn't get a damage, neither does he get the keg, I think. Or does he? Nope. Nothing happened. Spell Shield. Nice. But obviously now that he popped Spell Shield, that means we are open to pretty much everything with Azir. But also the removal in Bilgewater shouldn't be too big of an issue, but he still has a keg. That's like the biggest problem. So I'm gonna... Yep, gonna go right off Passage. Let's go with that meme. Roiling Sands. Helping out, making his curve a little bit more awkward. 5 mana, so that means the Gangplank could be coming down. Didn't play a Misfortune yet, so that's also a little bit sus. But he got his kegs going. So obviously I'm gonna drag down the keg. And yeah, Soothsayer is gonna take care of Petty Officer. Looks like a Make It Rain is in order, however, which, if it hits everything, just clears the entire board. Doesn't hit the Soothsayer, though. But yeah, it prevents 2 damage from coming in and actually deals 2 damage himself, because since the target's Azir, the Sand Soldier, and the Nexus. 4 mana, so no Gangplank just yet this turn. Not the best draws in history for me as well. Just gonna note that. And we have a Monkey Idol, which we quickly give a vulnerable to. Could play a Clockling here to just spread out a little bit, but we're just gonna go for a Rite of Passage for another Roiling Sands. Because 6 mana, he wants that Gangplank down. I'm pretty goddamn sure. And that is the problem. Yeah, since I played that, I had the Rite up, but I just went under because I thought, yeah, he doesn't have anything else, and now I tapped under the Rite of Negation mana. Sadly, he had the Parlay, so he just shut down Azir. So we lost him unnecessarily, of course. We have Roiling Sands, however, so we get 2 vulnerable triggers, and also we draw. If he plays a Gangplank now, the whole Roiling Sands thing is kind of bullshit. It was also bullshit because, yeah, obviously it pops right when the monkey spawns. So, yeah, that Rite of Passage made no sense whatsoever. Just lost an Azir for literally nothing. Corsair, still 5 mana. Don't think he has a Gangplank though, because he would have played it at this point, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, 2 Roiling Sands is really goddamn good. There's Gangplank, and the good thing is we still have 1 Roiling Sands up. He has at 0 mana, so obviously we're gonna pop the Rite of Arcane on the second one and just shoot down that Gangplank. Not sure how far he is to leveling up actually. But yeah, that is 1 threat neutralized. And the cool thing, by the way, about Soothsayer is if you Hourglass her, which you shouldn't, but we can't. But if you do, she actually grants Spell Shield to everything upon summoning. So you can Hourglass her and then give everything a Spell Shield again. We are at 6 HP, which is not good. He's consistently spawning monkeys. And we have a Zilean, which is pretty damn good. We have a Rite of Calling or an Azir, but I think, yeah, we're gonna go for the Azir. He is leveled at this point, so is Xerath. Both of our heroes are leveled, which is kind of easy in this deck. And we also yeah, if you just pop down Azir and then a Xerath, the Sundisc is also leveled. There's another parlay, but I'm thinking now either Right or Ancient Hourglass, which I think I'm not gonna be doing, even though I'm going down to 5 HP, but again, we don't have a Decimate. They don't have a Decimate. Even though every HP is valuable, I still think we get more value out of the Hourglass on Azir or anything else in order to prevent him from actually removing him. We have the last card, which is the Butcher. 1 damage, we're going down to 4 HP. He's swinging in for 6 next turn. The Monkey is going to deal 1 damage. We're going to be down to 4. We're going to be down... Actually, we're going to be down to 3. If he just open attacks here, we are toast. Because we can only block 1. If we block the Ravenous Butcher, he still pops for 3 with the Monkey, because 2 from the Monkey and then 1 from his Last Breath ability. So we are kind of dead. We are kind of at 1 HP. And he has Make It Rain still in the deck, possibly. Which is a problem. But we have Azir. And he's gonna tick down that good old Sundisc there. And he open attacks, obviously. I'm just gonna see if I can do anything here. Maybe the Hourglass, but that won't do anything. But we have the right. We need that right, because... Well, okay, the one thing he probably has is Warning Shot. We can't do anything about that. If he plays that, we're dead. That's the big issue. But yeah, we can prevent a Make It Rain at the very least. Now, we are not in the shittiest position ever, but obviously we're at the mercy of anything. He has a card that can also give him a Warning Shot. Not that one, but the other one, the similar one, the 4/2, I think. That is a thing. He gets the Prank. High rolls into Autopuss, which is also pretty sus. Not gonna lie. But yeah, we're down to 1 HP again, just like the last game. We're down to the draw. It all depends on what we are gonna be drawing next. Again, if it's a Xerath, we are in a very good position. Way better than the enemy, because he has no cards left. He is also down to the last draw, pretty much. He obviously hits that right. We have the Time Bomb, which gives us another draw. And also deals 1 to everything. Clears house. We have Xerath. And that's a flipped Sundisc. We're going to shoot down, I guess, the Autopuss. Or obliterate the Autopuss, rather. And we still have enough mana for the Rite of Negation. Because that's 6 mana. And yeah, with Xerath, we're going to be going down to 3. And then plus 3 spell mana, so we are down to 6. Popping down to Xerath. Shall tremble before me. Let's go. Shurima movie time. And we also still have Zilean. He's also there. Going into the Xerath. Obviously, we don't have another Azir. We have Ascendant. The Emperor's Prosperity? Something like that. Awaits. Hate that word. Which draws us 2 at burst speed for 2 mana. Yeah. Obliterating the Autopuss. I think I'm going to be playing the right to get as much damage in as possible, because I'm just going to target the Butcher. Should have done that. But okay. I can still do that. Anyways. Oh yeah, because yeah, I get the free Obliterate 5 damage to the Nexus. Because he might have another unit. So I'd rather have him block here, lose this unit, and then play his last unit, and then I just obliterate it. Or just shoot it down with Rite of the Arcane. If it is a unit. I'm going to Rite of Arcane, the Time Bomb, kill that off, and then he deals 5 damage to the Nexus, and then we win next turn. Good old Xerath. And I'm going to keep the Rite of Negation spell mana up, however. So that's where I'm going to test him. Time Bomb is actually going to tick down. And we got it. Time Bomb is going to tick down. Kills off the Ravenous Butcher. And then Xerath should shoot at the Nexus. Yep, that's how it works. And we win the second game at 1 HP. So that was the second game, and now we're back to the usual commentary. Ah, so it was muted. Good to know. Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't even realize. Fuck. All right. Okay, good start. Zilean, yes, for the early match. Let's see what. Let's see which one is the better Azir deck here, my friend. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go with the Zilean.
Haven't I been here before?
That helps out a lot. Let me see. Where's the Azir? There it is. Azir already. What do I have to fear? What do I have to fear again? Could be a twin. Yeah, so I'm just gonna... Not gonna bother. Getting the time bomb.
My name will echo through the ages.
It sure will. I'll take a time bomb, my dude. He has landmark. Yeah, well, he has landmark removal with Homecoming on turn 4, so we have to make sure that we actually deal with that.
Just a moment.
So we're gonna play Soothsayer next turn.
Stand down.
Get another one of these. Xerath, sure. Rockhopper also would have been nice. 2 out of 4. Let's get Soothsayer in.
I suppose should be now.
You disrupt our peace.
Time is a teacher to us all.
All right then. Aha. Mono Kaiser. There it is. Okay. A lot of shit we have to take into consideration here against this. Shit, thought I could sneak that in. Hello. Voidling, obviously. Also a Hatchling, Belvethi Elder at 2, as well as Brightsteel, Petricide on 2, so...
If I can save a life.
Belvethi. It's going wide, don't like it. We're gonna go for another Ancient Prep. Popping off the Azir. Level up requirement, as well as obviously Xerath. Getting that guy in. They're definitely going to be needing some blockers here. Kai'Sa's coming in at 5, so we have one more turn until we sorta have to play Unraveled Earth to actually give her vulnerable so we can do anything about this nonsense here. Yeah, sure. So that pops Ancient Prep.
I told you to leave and leave all these wasters to you? No way.
Make sure we lose yeah. Make sure he kills something, because I definitely want to play the Perseverium. 2, 3, because yeah, that would be like that would be sort of an easy level up for Xerath. Oh, you sure? Sure about that? Apparently. All right then. Just gonna leave the spell shield. Leave the spell shield at the door. Sure thing. 1 mana. Oh, well, Chain Vest doesn't help. That's sort of everything. One off of Chain Vest, possibly. If it's the most popular deck list. Nothing to fear, though. Also, I have Rite of the Arcane to pop Sarcophagus. I could... Well... There could be a Kai'Sa, but nothing actually that threatens Xerath, so I'm gonna... Xerath, and then... place that Kai'Sa, gotcha, shoot that down. We can easily just kill it off. Pop that, kill off Kai'Sa. Also deal with the 2-1. That's reasonable. And then also next turn, this one pops, and then we pop, obviously, Void Blaster with it. Nah, too good to be true. Worthless indeed. Actually, she's still dead. Ah. Ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Get the fuck out of here, boy. Get out. Get out now. Come on. Yeah. If this one gives us an Azir, would be grand.
Virtue guides me.
That kind of sucks. Okay. I'm gonna use this to fish for an Azir that actually leaves me at exactly 3 mana. That would be grand. If he passes now, which he doesn't obviously, also I'm gonna take the pass.
The desert by my side.
It sure is. And that is a level, yeah, that's a leveled Azir.
Keep your distance.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah. This is a little bit bullshit, but I mean, he's overhealing, so He has at 0 mana also, so he can prevent this. We just have to hope that we get an Azir. Can be Zilean, because we already drew him at the beginning. Or we didn't, never mind. But Zilean is also okay. Because we predict. Could have skipped also. See if he takes the pass. Two cards left. Could be buff spells. Not gonna happen. If he tries it again, quicksand.
A moment in time preserved.
Could have actually double played there. That would have been funny.
A mistake is the first step to improving.
We have quicksand.
First step.
Yeah. That's it. Good. Strong. Another quicksand. Nice. Okay. I'm feeling it. Okay, this is actually good. Yeah. Good stuff. Hoo-yah! Bitch! And we can quicksand this if he attacks with it. He has no cards left in hand, so there is no shenanigans he can pull off. Yeah. Wait. Could have actually disabled both keywords, but I'm just gonna also block here. That was like -1 for 2 maybe, and then I also disabled his tough, kill this off in the process as well, but I don't think I need to necessarily. Also keep him safe here. Making sure I get him. The one thing that sucks is a Kai'Sa. We killed one. That could also spell disaster. Azir, come on! Oh! Yes! Nice! Nice. Ascended!
Tell the people
What you have seen today! Take down! Come on! Yes! Ascended!
Shurima, my empire by force. I am a god amongst men and ascended.
What? Someone said something. And shoot him down. Bitch! Yes! I think we're gonna obliterate. And then draw one. Sounds good. We have the mana. Yep. Let's get one of our own, why not? This is going through. Yep, I'm seeing it. G fucking G? Yes. Yes! Shurima! It sure is. Shadow Tech. If they high roll, it's extremely disgusting. But our time bomb's actually gonna help out quite a bit. I'm gonna keep the Quicksand is also good, but I'm gonna keep the Ancient Prep, obviously. But I fluff the Zilean here. Because like all the 1 mana things, minus the one that has tough, it's actually quite funny. Let's skip. Roiling Sands is kind of cool, but a little bit too early, maybe? Quicksand, okay. They could pass, but I'm gonna keeper them. 4. I just realized his name, the Filth. Alright. He's thinking hard though. He's on 3 mana. Ah yeah, okay, so he's gonna play like Forge, I guess. Right? This deck doesn't run Forge? It doesn't? Maybe his version does. I wouldn't sure run Forge. Forge of Tomorrow? That one? No? Well, Jace comes down on 4, Heimerdinger on 5, so we can easily plop down Rockhopper. Ah, there it is. What you got? Nice. Look at this place. Yeah, that's... He got the low end here. That's really bad. That's fucking unlucky though. Like, like fuck me sideways. I like that though. We got 1 chance. 1 more at least. Probably another Rockhopper. Buys me a new sail. Make this even more awkward for him. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Let's keep him back. Kill this guy off. Could play a Soothsayer. But I don't really have anything... Well, actually they have Aftershock. Yeah. Even though we obviously can win also when we don't level the Sundisc or lose the Sundisc, but you don't want to force it, you know? Don't want to risk it. Yep. Okay. Well. Maybe it didn't get jiggled as much as I thought with all these 1-1s. That's the one time where you think like, you know, it would be really good if you would actually be like Shadow Isles, just get like a friggin' what's the Withering Whale? You know, getting that out, but obviously can't do that in Monoborima. We have the removal with Xerath, but gotta draw him first. But I think our Emperor would give us more than Xerath would at this point. Obviously. I don't really want to drop a second Soothsayer without anything on the board that actually benefits from Spell Shield. Yeah. I think that's a loss, I think. But we leveled Xerath. So there's that. I don't know if that does anything, but it is a thing. And you know, when you draw a hero, it's gonna be Zilean. Because of course it would be. Stop taking this down. That's a... Both of them are leveled. They just need to show up. Not sure, even Zilean, I guess, would be okay. At least for stalling purposes. At the very least.
You disrupt our peace, not in my city.
Wait. I'm just gonna see if this works as I think it does, but it probably isn't. Nah, it doesn't silence, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, no. Tech isn't the keyword, that's the problem. Yeah. Probably an nah, 4 mana. Probably an aftershock. So no.
The oasis of the dawn flows again.
You have another one? Oh, he does probably. Not yet. Okay. Well, you good, mate? All right. Is it on summon? It's on summon, actually. I mean, this is fine. We're fucked. When you think the production surge actually fucked him up with those multiple 1-1 spawns. I don't think even the Zilean would have helped because he just ramped it up with, what's his face? Hextech Handler. 2 of them, to be precise. Oh. Drawing into shit. Well, I can do this and then almost give him a clean win. GG. That's what happens when you level up the heroes, but you don't draw them. Tragic. Where are you, Emperor? Or Emperor's guard dog, Xerath? Well, he's more than that, actually. Actually, I just see, there's a new list also with Chamber of Renewal. I don't know why Bomber Twins would be in the fucking deck, but... Ah, well, actually, it helps out Xerath. Wow. Alright. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna keep everything here. Ancient Prep is not... Oh, he also only goes for 1. Alright. Not sure why he has a Bilgewater card back when he plays Mono Burima, but sure. And let's fucking go. And wins behind me. Oh, will you? That doesn't give... I don't give a shit about this, because I have an Endless Devout that I actually want to get off of the board, so good on that. That kind of sucks. Azir? Yes, nice. Good to see you. Good to see you. Can't play him yet because of that. And then another one.
Nothing will
Stand in my way.
I go!
He's gonna shoot him down anyways next turn though. But I have him down to 1. So that's a good start. Where are you at? 3. And also I have vulnerable on him.
If it's made of sand.
I can write it. Just gonna trade with the Clockling, which is not a problem actually. Desert Naturalist is a 4 mana, so he can't play it yet, so I don't necessarily have to play Soothsayer. This one draws 2, or actually spawns 2, so it's 10. But I think this one is my best bet.
Worries fall Gotta catch the sky.
I have 1 mana. What are you afraid of? Not that I'm complaining, but it's kind of weird. Okay, so this one's gonna get shot. Or not. Oh, well, yeah, actually, yeah, we will. Yeah. Brutal. Can play both.
Men die, but Shurima lives forever.
So that levels him.
Shurima, your emperor. Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
So much Shurima here. Okay. Good for you. What you have seen today. That's obviously that's a freaking Azir imposter that we have on the other side over there. Don't even pay attention to this guy. Obviously, clearly an inferior Azir. Get this guy out of get him out of the board. Nah, I mean, I'm saying. Alright. Okay.
Our water return light to the desert.
The oasis of the dawn is the jewel of our land.
Could have gone for a sarcophagus, but I think Roiling Sands is gonna do a or not do a bit more. It's gonna be a movie next turn. Oh!
Shurima, my empire, my heart.
Shall tremble before me. Okay. We have the Clockwork Curator. Let's fucking go. Da! He's 1 mana short for of actually playing another Xerath. Yes! 1 turn earlier, bitch! Woo! Yes!
Come, my destiny.
Awaits. The true ascendant. Shoot Azir? Almost. Oh. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because he has spell shield. But still, funny. Funny nonetheless. Also, I can't even play. Actually, can I? No. Can I? I can. Yeah.
Witness glory eternal.
Well, it just sucks that you don't have a Xerath out. I mean, he drew it. Obviously. Dude. Yes.
Enemies of Azir.
This is gonna be something else. Deal 5 to the weakest, so that would be this ambassador.
God Emperor Azir, your power eclipses all.
The Sundisc is restored to its splendor.
No, there's a quicksand. Yeah, I think that's okay. So that's a charger. Charger into charger, maybe. Archer? Wait, what? Soldier, obviously. Yeah. Obliterated. Mm-hmm. Obliterated that Azir. Yep. Yep. Not an issue. Because I'm gonna hold on to my Sandstorm. I'm just gonna... That. And that.
We live in a time of men and gods.
We sure do. Power of the Clockling. Clockwork Curator. Okay. Yeah, okay. This one helps. Are they gonna obliterate each other? It's gonna be interesting to see. Actually, I should have just used Sandstorm. Nah. Nice. Okay, got him. Boom! Yes! All these fake Azirs out of there. There's only one true worshipper of Azir. Imposters out there. Says?